Are you a service-based business owner looking to increase profits to fund your lifestyle? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now, over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com, to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast, episode number 261. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. I recommend listening to episode 0.5 first. It's a lovely guide that sets you up for the rest. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. I love listening to podcasts and always ask follow-up questions. Are you like that? If you are, why don't you ask me a question? Just go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions and lodge yours, and I promise, yes, that's right, I promise I'm going to answer it. And next year, I'm actually going to have the questions and some of the answers, and it might be yours that I'm picking out. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So today's topic, a little bit different. It's a 2020, it's a wrap. So we all have our personal stories for 2020. Some things worked out really well, some didn't. And I must admit that, it didn't quite go the way that I'd planned it. All my passwords, so I've changed them all now, guys, but my passwords were something with 2020 in them to say that this was the year that was going to change for me. Right, if you've sort of been listening to me, you'd know that, I've had a transplant, I've had a rough sort of 3 years, and this was the year that I was going to be 100% fit for the first time in, I'd say probably 15 years, and I was going to go and travel the world. And sadly, it didn't pan out that way. So we were meant to leave for the US. We, it was Brendan, my best friend, and donor. So we call him Richo, so I'll refer to him as Richo. But we're meant to leave on the 20th of March. And look, I really knew in January that, with the risk, it just was going to be too great. I was listening to lots of podcasts. I wasn't insured even before it was a pandemic. And look, to be honest, it really hit me hard because I'd set all my goals for this year. And most importantly, I set all my goals to thank someone. Like, how do you thank someone that's giving you a transplant? And I was going to take him golfing in the US, and it really broke my heart. And anyway, I listened to a lot of podcasts. I got lots of perspectives and thought, look, we had a little bit of a first wave here in Victoria. I live in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and it wasn't too bad. And then I thought it's going to be okay. And then the second wave, which I'll talk about, we actually were in lockdown for 4 months, and it was pretty severe. And because I'm immune suppressed, I took it even harder than that, and I basically didn't leave my house. But I thought, why don't I focus on growing my business? Because you know what? Things are going to come good, all right? 2021 is going to be good. So why don't I make the most of what I can in 2020 and not put off the things that I have been doing? So in March, I'll just go through key months and key activities. So in March, I did some acting classes. So thank you, Pip Edwards. It was absolutely fantastic. And I also finally got someone to do my show notes. So big shout out to everyone at Potatize that do my show notes. Then in May, I did a video challenge. So thanks, Nina Fareep, for your challenge, and also everyone else that I did it with. It was fantastic and got me started to get really confident with video. And yes, this interview, sorry, the solo won't, but the interview show will definitely be going video for January 2021. That's right. I've got to say it right. So in June, I started with someone to help me with my personal brand. I thought, okay, look, I've got no excuses. I can't hide anymore. My health's good. I've got to launch a personal brand. And who better than Mary Henderson? She's absolutely brilliant. She happens to live, 2-3 kilometers from my house, and she was amazing. So Mary, I hope you're listening now, and you have significantly changed my life for the better. So I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've made a massive difference. Then June, Linda was meant to be in New York for her 50th. Didn't happen. I think at that stage we could have 8 people to a house, so we had a nice little party for Linda. July, I took a week off, which isn't often, and then I participated in the Digital Marketing Down Under conference. So I really appreciate the opportunity to do that. That was fantastic. And then also we got a new team member. So Chi came into the team. Chi's been an absolute breath of fresh air. She's my only person I actually hire in Melbourne, Australia. And through a school friend who was introduced, where she couldn't really get a job anywhere else because of a health condition. She could only work from home, which suited me perfectly. And it's amazing when the world just gives you an opportunity, you take it as a risk, and it's worked out so well. So welcome, Chi, and thanks for all your help this year. In August, I did some podcast outreach. So thank you to Yes VA and Yes Boss, VA, Kristen Moliner, who, if you go look at her profile, she looks like someone famous, or maybe the famous person looks like her, not quite sure, but thanks, Kristen, for that. And also Sean Suto from SSI started doing some SEO work, and we really started to make sure that I was owning the farm. And yes, I'd had some brilliant results on LinkedIn. I'll tell you, some of that at the end of this, but I thought, hey, time to get your own house in order. If you've got your personal brand, you need to also have all your assets firing. So we did that. And I also did the Social Post Summit. And also we got a new team member. So Melanie, who is fantastic, she was from Venezuela into Colombia, had been with us. She decided to go and launch her own business, which I fully support. And Isabella came on board, and you've been great, Isabella. So Isabella's in Colombia. So once again, that South American part of the team, which works beautifully with the US hours, where most of my clients are on North America, or within North America. So then September, I launched a new assessment and masterclass. So this was all the great assets that Mary helped me create, and she really improved my sales funnel out of sight. In September, I did a MBA webinar as well. So that was with the SuccessWise team. So thanks, Alan Dibb, for that opportunity, and thanks, Claire Marshall, for all your support there. In September, also, I launched Accelerate, which is my new one-on-one service, and also Redefined Sales Machine, which is my membership. So moved it just off being about LinkedIn, moved it into total sales. And Accelerate, I took it from a 12-month program down to a 12-week program, and really focused on getting results for people in particular in sales, but also helping them with their teams, and that's worked exceptionally well. October was my 50th, so I was a bit sad in one way that I was on board on the 5th of October, which is the same as Mum. Mum passed away in 2019, didn't get to see me on my 50th, but she's in a much better place now. Mum, you'll always be in my heart. And Richo decided to retire before his 50th. And once again, I couldn't celebrate with him, so that was a bit heartbreaking. And also my dad couldn't celebrate my 50th in person. But, I'm sure all of you listening have got a story like that. And anyway, he retired early, which was great because he'd been in the police force for 27 years, and it was well and truly time for him to retire, so we can spend some more time together. And I also launched my personal branding site, so paulhigginsmentoring.com. And on the 26th of October, I got a late birthday present where we came out of lockdown. And also I added another team member, Nikki. So Nikki came to me with some great LinkedIn experience, and she's definitely brought that to the team and has helped there. So it's great to have you in the team, Mickey. November, Build, Live, Give got a revamp. So if you think of the personal branding site as paulhigginsmentoring.com, buildlivegive.com is the product site, and we went to 10X Pro. So 10X Pro has been absolutely fantastic. So big shout out to James Schramko, who sort of encouraged me to get on 10X Pro. And it's been absolutely wonderful. And then I also got off my butt and got someone to help me with my online course, which is going to support my group program launching in February. So if you want to know more about that, just reach out to me. But Maria, you're a blessing in disguise. So Maria Doyle, absolute legend. And she's not just improved my online course ability, but I think just the way that I communicate in total. She has this wonderful thing of test, teach, test, and you'll have to find Maria and get her to tell you what that means. But once you get that, it's life-changing. And then I also did a dub video. So thanks to Ruben and Darius, who had me on, and it was hugely successful, and it was great to welcome some new clients on from that. And December, all of the work that we've done flowed into some lovely new clients. So I really appreciate the new clients that have come on board, and it's been a wonderful end of the year knowing that you're getting results for people you love working with. And I think one of the key things that Mary helped me with is a pivot and ideal client, which was spot on. So what were some of the highlights? Podcasts. So I released 95 for the year, which is great. LinkedIn views. I said, I've done a lot of work on LinkedIn, continue to do it, even though I'm building my own assets as well, and 1.5 million views, which isn't bad for, typically, 15 minutes, 3 times a week that I write a post to get 1.5 million views. And it brought in clients, right? So I had 65 new clients, and as I said before, 3 new team members. And I'd love to give a quick shout out to Connie, who's basically my right-hand person. Connie, I couldn't be where I am without you. You're just amazing. I said we've got Chi, we've got Nikki, we've got Isabella, so thanks for all your support. And we've also got JC. So JC lives in the Maldives. Nice if you can do it. And he provides a lot of support on sales, and now he's really focusing on our channel partner program. And if you want to find more about our partner program, just go to the Paul Higgins Mentoring website and you'll see that. But wonderful. And then I've got Bianca as well that has been there for a long, long time. And Bianca, thanks for everything you do and the client that you support. So in a wrap, what were my key learnings? Invest in your business, build assets, all right? Don't do anything else but build assets. And I was lucky. I had funds from our sale last year, and Scott Gallatly, a big shout out to you. You've been a huge supporter of mine, and it feels weird this year not having you as a business partner, but I know you're doing exceptionally well at IT Genius. Gone with the sale, and well done. And make sure you get specialists to build your assets, right? Don't try to do it yourself. The second is build a team. Right, so I've got an awesome team. You should do the same. So you've got a direct team like I have, and you've also got some specialists. Build your list. I think everyone says it, but I just didn't realize it. So I've got 16,000 followers on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean anything. And I had my account restricted. It was a bit of a mix-up. I got it back, but I tell you what, that really shocked me into saying look after your list. And the last one is target the right ideal client. Okay, so what I was doing was targeting people that just couldn't afford the infrastructure that I brought to the business and couldn't move quick enough because they didn't have teams to deliver. So now I've stepped that up to 7-figure service-based business owners. It's been a world of difference, and also now I can charge what I'm worth. So once again, thanks, Mary, for that. So has this changed your view of what 2020 was? I'd love to know what you have achieved in 2020. So, as I said before, you can just go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions and just let me know. But also, if you're on my email list and that's how you get this, please just reply by email. And also, if you're not on my list and you'd love to be on my list, because I do 3 really valuable emails a week. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not, because there is always value. Just go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/assessment. You'll get a free assessment, and you'll also get on the list through that. And the way that I've done this is just go through my calendar and just looked at the key highlights, right? So you could do the exact same thing. So finally to you, thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast. Yes, I've done, 95, right? But I do it because of the feedback I get and the value that I give you. So thanks for all the feedback, and I really appreciate you listening. Have a safe and enjoyable festive season. It's going to be different for everyone because of COVID, but I hope you are with your loved ones, and if you're not, they know that you'd rather be with them, and there's still a connection. You'll find a way. 2021 will be your year, okay? I promise 2021 is going to be your year. My goal is to help 7-figure business owners to build, live, and give. And I hope I've done that for you this year. Take care, Paul.
Thanks for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please share it and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.